crazy for you, and I know that the people have been watching you, your audition, and people love you. It's amazing.
Everyone here, they're going crazy for you. I know people have been watching your audition and they love you. It's amazing. America's Got Talent is more than just a competition to find the most talented individuals. It also serves as a platform to spotlight extraordinary talents previously unknown to the world. Every year there's one contestant whose audition is so captivating that you can be certain they'll qualify for the finals. That contestant was Roland Abante, a Filipino fisherman with an undeniable talent and a soulful voice. He competed in season 18 of the show, leaving a lasting impression on audiences worldwide. Roland released a mini-album, a true testament to his dedication to artistic expression and originality. Distributed by Homeworks Music, the album became available globally on platforms like iTunes and Spotify. That same year Roland participated in the second season of Tawag Ng Tangalan, a popular singing segment on the noontime show It's Showtime on ABS-CBN. During the competition he faced off against Adelan Rabalan, the leading contender at the time. Roland delivered a powerful rendition of Michael Bolton's I Loved You But I Lied, showcasing his impressive vocal prowess. This performance stood out in his career, earning him a remarkable score of 93.8%, making him a daily winner. However, Roland didn't claim the overall championship. Adelan secured a score of 90.6% with her outstanding performance of Jennifer Hudson's I Am Changing. Despite not winning the title, his time on Tawag Ng Tangalan marked a pivotal chapter in his life, setting the stage for the remarkable opportunities that would soon follow. So what were Roland's most ambitious goals, and how did he plan to achieve them? Stay tuned to find out. After Tawag Ng Tangalan, Roland was ready to compete on America's Got Talent. He stood on the brink of becoming a global sensation, and the impact of this decision would surpass his wildest dreams. During his audition, Roland moved the judges to tears when he revealed through an interpreter that appearing on America's Got Talent was his lifelong dream. Beyond his daily routine of fishing and offering motorbike rides for extra income, Roland found joy in singing, especially at occasional neighborhood karaoke sessions. When Heidi Klum asked about his motivation, Roland's sincere response prompted her to join him on stage for a heartfelt hug. He then captivated the audience with a passionate rendition of When a Man Loves a Woman, earning a standing ovation and 4 yes votes from the judges. As Roland finished singing, tears welled up in his eyes. Following his emotional performance, Judge Sofia Vergara suggested his life might be on the verge of transformation, hinting he might reconsider his fishing career. Despite initial concerns about Roland's nerves, Simon Cowell praised his incredible growth during the audition. While Howie Mandel expressed his gratitude, an excited Roland declared Simon his favorite judge. In return, Simon offered a warm embrace, describing his performance as remarkable. With 4 yes votes, Roland advanced to the next round. His audition video went viral on YouTube, amassing nearly 4 million views in just 2 days, and exceeding 11 million views since its upload. What role does America's Got Talent play in this phenomenon? What benefits does it offer aspiring performers? Let's explore. Since its launch in 2006, America's Got Talent has become a global entertainment powerhouse. The show features a diverse array of acts, singing, dancing, comedy, magic and more, competing for a cash prize and the chance to headline in Las Vegas. Hosted by Terry Crews, with judges Simon Cowell, Howie Mandel, Heidi Klum, and Sofia Vergara, each season attracts millions of viewers. Its unique format blends judges' critiques with audience votes through structured auditions and high-stakes, 90-second performances, making it a global franchise that keeps audiences engaged. In Season 9, the Golden Buzzer was introduced, adding excitement by allowing judges to fast-track exceptional acts to the live rounds. This innovation has influenced talent shows worldwide, continually uncovering and nurturing new talent. By letting each judge, and later the host, save an act from elimination, the Golden Buzzer creates emotional, memorable TV moments that resonate with viewers, fostering a deep connection between contestants and audiences. This has become a defining feature of the Got Talent franchise, inspiring similar formats globally. After initial auditions, judges hold a special session, a second round, to determine who advances to the live rounds. This stage has evolved over time. Initially, after Season 1, It was called Las Vegas Callbacks, functioning like a training camp. Successful participants were grouped, received coaching, and performed again for the judges, who could interrupt and eliminate acts at any time. From seasons 4 to 9, the format shifted to mirror Britain's Got Talent. Dubbed Vegas Verdicts, it took place on the Las Vegas Strip, where judges reviewed recorded auditions, grouping contestants without requiring live performances unless requested. Favored acts moved to the live rounds, others were cut. Later seasons renamed it Judgment Week, relocating to New York. Between seasons 10 and 14, judge cuts added a twist. Participants performed at a designated venue, evaluated by the main judges and a guest judge. Acts were split into 4 groups, each with a different guest judge who wielded a golden buzzer for standout performers. Main judges could still buzz off acts, while the guest judge provided feedback. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, Season 15 condensed this round into a single episode, without a guest judge. By Season 16, the format aligned with Britain's Got Talent, grouping participants to compete for live final spots, especially for Golden Buzzer recipients. Live episodes now occur in Los Angeles, airing weekly, unlike Britain's Got Talent, which condenses live shows into 1 week. The live rounds typically include quarterfinals, semifinals, and the final. In earlier seasons, finals sometimes used varied formats with separate rounds. During quarterfinals and semifinals, each act delivers a new performance, in an episode where judges provide feedback, and can stop acts with buzzers. After airing, viewers vote within a set time, with results revealed the next day in a separate results episode. Participants wear the same outfits as their performance. The top 4 acts advance, and in a tie for the 5th spot, judges vote, or the act with the most public votes proceeds. Even eliminated acts can return as wildcards. From seasons 1 to 10, wildcard selection varied. Sometimes judges chose acts, other times a special wildcard round occurred. Since season 10, the process mirrors Britain's Got Talent, with judges and the public deciding wildcards. Though judges can't select quarterfinalists as wildcards, the public can vote online for an act from each quarterfinal and semi-final, with voting named after the season's sponsor. Finalists compete in the season finale for the most public votes, with later seasons offering multiple performances, sometimes with celebrity guests, past winners, or notable past contestants. The act with the most votes wins a cash prize, advertised as $1 million, but payable as a lump sum, or a 40-year annuity, of about $25,000 annually, subject to taxes. Since season 10, winners perform on the next season's first results show. Since 2008, except 2010, 2013, when winners headlined a national tour, winners headline a Las Vegas show. Now, back to Roland. Despite his stellar journey, he was shockingly eliminated in the semi-finals of season 18. His powerful performances had earned consistent praise, positioning him as a frontrunner. His rendition of Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You garnered another standing ovation, going viral with 1.2 million views in under 24 hours. Yet, his sudden elimination left the audience and judges stunned and dissatisfied. Heidi Klum even wished she could have used the golden buzzer to keep him in the competition. Though his America's Got Talent run ended abruptly, Roland left an indelible mark on viewers and judges alike. Post-elimination, he grappled with a roller coaster of emotions, including deep disappointment, as the competition took its toll. His manager Joel Sag arranged a much-needed break, a trip to Hawaii's breathtaking landscapes, allowing Roland to recharge and find peace in nature. The support from his manager and others underscored the strong bonds he formed during the competition. Despite his frustration, Roland took solace in achieving a major milestone, becoming a recognized name in the U.S. Looking ahead, Roland has exciting plans. He announced on social media a tour spanning cities in the United States and Canada. Fans are also abuzz about a potential collaboration with Marcelito Pamoy, another talented Filipino artist. Excitement soared when an Instagram photo of the two at an airport sparked speculation of an unforgettable joint performance. Look at everyone here. There, I'm crazy about you, and I know that you've been being watched by many people. You try out, and people love you. Why America's Got Talent is so amazing, more than just a race to see who can find the most for gifted people. It also serves as a set the stage for bringing to the front exceptional skills that were, there is always one that was unknown before. Person who every year has an interview that's so interesting that you can be sure that they are going to make it to the finals. One of the contestants was Roland Abante, a Filipino fishing guide, who had an undeniable, he competed with his skills and soulful singing. The mini record came out in season 18 of the show. That Roland put out was a real an example of his dedication to expression through art, and originality of the record that was Homework's music was given out by open to everyone around the world through different services, like iTunes and Spotify. It was in the same year that Roland was a part of the second season of the well-known song, Ang Tanggalan, an episode that aired on the noon-ish showtime on ABS-CBN, a time show. During the competition, he fought Adeline Rabalan, who was ahead of the others at the time. Roland played the song very well. I Loved You But I by Michael Bolton lied, which showed how great being able to sing well was one of the shows that stood out during Roland's work. He made a name for himself, able to score of, he won 93.8% of the time, which was a Roland wasn't great every day in winning the overall championship, even though fact that he did an excellent job. This is because of the acts which Adeline got a score of 90.6% for her great effort in I Am Changing. Despite by Jennifer Hudson, Roland didn't win the title. His time on TNT was a very important time in his life, part that set the stage for the other important events that would soon come true for him and his very important aims. What were Roland's main goals, grandiose plans? How was he going to do it? To reach those objectives, keep your pay close attention to find out after his time on Roland was ready to play on TNT American Idol. He was about to win of becoming famous around the world by his act, and how this one turned out, the choice was going to be much better. They were better than he thought they would be. The judges broke down in tears when Roland let them know that appearing on America's Got Talent for the rest of his life, Roland's message in the dream was sent by way of a translator during the show on top of his daily routine of fishing and giving rides on motorcycles. For extra money, he took great enjoy music, especially at singing nights every once in a while. Heidi Klum was moved in the area to hug him on stage after he replied honestly to her question about what drove him after that. Roland charmed the crowd with his fervent "Kit." When a man loves a woman, in a different key that led to a standing ovation, and there were 4 yes votes from the judges. Roland's tears came after he was done singing, started to get teary after his emotionally charged show at the idea was made by Judge Sofia Vergara, that could be about to happen in his life. The change suggests that he might want to think again about his role in even though the fishing was dry, that he was worried about at first. Roland's nerves were praised by Simon Cowell. Thanks Roland for the amazing change showed off during the test, while Mandel was still working on the hoe. Showing his thanks, Roland, who was Simon, filled with excitement, said to be his favorite judge in return. Simon made a sign of giving a warm hug to praise him, and told him how great he was. Performance was as impressive. Having got 4 votes in favor of Roland, was able to get to the following round. The video of his YouTube video of test went viral, almost right away, collecting nearly 4.1 million views in 2 days and more than 11 million views since it was uploaded during this very short time. What part does the expanding issue play in? What are the America's Got Talent show play? What are the good things about America in general? Performers to be can get talent offers. What you said can be found in the since the beginning of the following chapter in the 6th season of America's Got Talent has become very important part of the entertainment business around the world. The show features a lot of different comedy acts with singing and dancing and magic, all of which are in the running for a cash prize, and the chance to act as the main attraction in Las Vegas. Terry Crews is the host of the show. Host and Howie Mandel on Simon Cowell, Sofia Vergara and Klum are the each season of the show's judges. Million people. This is because due to the fact that it is unique structure that brings together the thoughts of judges, based on crowd votes through the use of a planned audition process, a success under high pressure that lasts for 90 seconds. Here's what talent has grown into a worldwide series that gets people interested at the start of season 9. The golden buzzer was added, which made it even more fun into the game by allowing the judges to work for amazing acts. This format has other talent shows all over the world. And keeps finding out about grow new talent all over the world. You can do this by letting first the judge, then the host to save an act from elimination to the golden buzzer. Sometimes, moments lead to emotional thoughts from both the artists and the audience, which leads to TV scenes that viewers will remember, and that will hit home with the public being able to judge to show their personal interest in something that helps build a link contestants, and the people who watched, which makes the audience more spent money. On the trips that the people are taking, it has become something that defines the Got Talent brand, that has made different talent shows to use following our forms, that are similar. When the tryouts were over, the special meeting of judges will be held, which you could think of as a second round to find out which one. The contestants will go to the live, after a few rounds of the game. This stage has gone through several different shapes and sizes over the course of its history. At first, after they are called Las Vegas restarts, and served the same purpose as a training camp. People who took part in this style, who did well in the preliminary tests, were given the chance to receive train to do a better job. Everyone. Those who entered the contest were given to a certain group, and needed to do it again in front of the judges. It was possible for buzzers to stop their acts at any time, which would lead to the getting rid of the contestants, who did not make the judges like them by their act. That starts with the 4th season, and going on until the 9th season. The system was changed to make it more like Britain's Got Talent. During at this point, the judges looked at written tries out for the finalists, who had made it past the opening round of they put the competitors in the same group, without making them give another one performance in real life, unless they directly asked the judges to do it. Picked who would go to the live rounds, to the bands they liked, while the other shows were taken out of this particular stage of the game was placed in Las Vegas, and was called the Vegas Verdicts. On the beautiful Las Vegas Strip, it was called Judgment Week. Show later in the season, and it was moved to New York one more time, changed to the plan that was talked about to as judge cuts took place between the 11th and 14th years of the show. People who were good in the field, initial tryouts were looked at, to try out for the second round of roles, which happened in front of the judges at a place that was specifically set aside for that reason. Not only are judges from the main group judging the players at this point, one more point in the race, but there is also a guest judge judging. They say that everyone who is taking part is divided into 4 groups, and each of those groups has a different guest judge, given to them by the main judges, have being able to use their buzzers to stop a show at any time, just like they did the guest judge do during the auditions, but has a golden buzzer which they can use just for a person that they find particularly also appealing to the guest judge. Gives their thoughts on the winners. How about performances? Are there any other changes that have been made to the show in order to improve the process of choosing talent? About the general quality of the show, what this has done for you. Stay tuned to find out more about this round of the battle on America's Got Talent. Was cut down to a single show during the 15th season, and it didn't have a guest judge because of the COVID-19 pandemic that took place in the year 2020. On the 16th, the United States season, the format went through yet another change. Things to fit the style of the contestants on Britain's Got Talent are teamed up to fight in a spot in the live finals. If they did well in their interviews and won a spot in the live rounds, especially for those who took part, those who got the golden buzzer, a predetermined place that has moved during the competition seasons, but is now in Los Angeles. This is where the live shows of There Is a Live Battle. The network shows episodes on a week compared to other editions from other countries like Britain's Got Talent, which airs its live shows in just a few short weeks. This plan for 1 week shows that there is a big difference between them. The live rounds can be held in different ways to be organized, but they usually include the semi-finals and the finals of the quarters. The last episode in older seasons of it, at times the finals took place and it changed the rules, and their rounds would sometimes split up into separate some parts of the live games, in particular, the semi-finals. And in the semi-finals, each player gives a new putting on their act, which is also known as a show episode. The judges should be able to give feedback and to cut short a show at any time, by using their buzzers right away after all of if the buzzers go off, the show will end. Finish after the show episode been shown on TV. The network giving the viewer a set amount of time to choose who they want to vote for acts. After the show episode, the findings are shown in a separate. The episode is called Results,
and it is usually aired one day after the show episode. The people who are been told of the results, while wearing the same clothes they wore during the show about the performances, the top 4 acts, move on to the next level of There will be a vote by the judges to pick which of the 2 acts that got votes in the middle of the range will be put on top artists. If there is a tie in the votes that the 4 judges cast, the act that got the most signatures of votes from regular people will be. It wasn't up to the one to move forward, the judges to choose who would move on. It was easy in the first season. They could vote on what they liked or didn't like. The acts as the second season went on, their only job was to buzz shows, which meant they couldn't vote at any point, even for the things that are no longer in the race. There is still a chance for them to move on to the next round as wild cards from the 1st to the 10th season. The way that was used to pick wild card acts every year is different. There were times when the judges had the power to pick 1 or more acts, without being asked to move on to the next stage. Or they could compete that has a wild card round. In some cases, surprise acts were picked from one of the tryouts, and then took part when there was a round that was set aside for them, starting with It changed in the 10th season, and it started to look a lot like the way Britain's Got Talent works. It's now up to the judges and the general people to choose which acts will move things forward as wild card acts to the next round, even though the fact that the judges can't pick a quarter finalist to be your wild card. Everyone in the world can vote online for an act to move forward from each to the votes in the quarter-finals and semi-finals. The process is named after the person who funded it. During that season, as the number of this changes from season to season, those who make it to the end of the season of the game try to win them. The most votes were made by the public during the later seasons of the competition give each winner with more than one chance to perform, and a well-known person might even join them. Invite a past winner, or a well-known contestant from a previous season. A cash. The prize goes to the ACT that wins with the most votes and is named Have You Won the Competition? You've been interested in what the cash? Well, the prize is for America's Got Talent. In spite of the fact, let's find out, that the show claims this prize to be worth $1 million. The winner of the judges on America's Got Talent can choose to getting it either all at once or as a steady flow of money that is paid out, spread out over 40 years at a rate of taxes that cost about $25,000 a year. This is true for both of the options. Since the 10th season, the winner has also been asked to play on the season's first. Findings show that there is an extra prize of putting on a show was added to the program that began in 2008 with besides the years 2010 to 2013. When the winner was chosen was needed to be the main act on a show tour across most of the events took place in the country. Events that make the news in the winter. Las Vegas is the setting for this story. Was the show's host during its first season, which had Nick Jonas, Brandy Norwood, and Piers Morgan as members of the group of judges. An issue with the law led to Norwood will step down before the start of the second season, and Sharon Osbourne was hired to do. John Springer took over for her as the host after Philbin was taken away from his job after Springer's death. Going away at the end of the third season, Nick Cannon took on the part of host for the fourth season. After the end of the fourth season, Hasselhoff quit, and Hoy Mandel took over as host for the fifth season. Morgan quit after the sixth season. Howard from his job as a judge, and Stern became a judge for the seventh season after Stern's leaving, and Simon Cowell took over as host in October 2015. Cannon has been named host of the 11th season, announced that he was going to step down from his job as America's Got Talent host, talent that he began 8 years ago. The choice was made because of things he said about the network. Was finally chosen by NBC to replace. For the 12th season he was with Tyra Banks, and even though he was under contract, news about the America's Got Talent host and judge NBC found talent on February 11th. 2019. Following the end of the 13th season of the show, Terry Crews, who was already in charge of America's Got Talent, took over Tyra's part. Banks' replacement after she made the choice to work on other projects. American Idol is the network's the most famous talent show during that year. Heidi Klum and Melb, they both chose to leave the show, since they had other things to do. Gabrielle Union, an actor, and the dancer, they sat down on the Julianne Hough, a team of judges joining Hoy Mandel and Simon Cowell. They were taken over by the people listed above. On the other the hand, Union and Hough were just two of the show for one season before they were fired on November 22, 2019 on. It was said on February 27, 2020, that Sofia Vergara was going to join the group of judges for the future season of the show, and it was also made it official that Heidi Klum will be back for the next season. The end of his deal with NBC was Cruz, the host, said in September 21. He said that the season 16 finale of The Voice and America's Got Talent, the last episode of Brooklyn 99, was the last of an age and the end of his life link with the network, even though, despite this, he kept hosting the show. During the following seasons the film crew made the end 2009, choosing to write a post-shows that would show off the most impressive those who won the game that year, the casino and resort at Planet Hollywood. This show was hosted in Las Vegas, which had the name America's Got Talent Live for a total of 10 weeks beginning in October and ending in January. Among the 10 other winners from this season, it had appearances by Kevin, the winner of the 4th season of The Other Person. Jerry Springer was the event's host, and he was able to It Should Be Squeezed in Between Tapes, which was his own show in Stamford, Connecticut. Springer will keep his job as the host to tease it so, and the show will have the losers from the 5th season of the show did well enough to be revived. It was for another season in 2010. They chose to make the live show a trip that will happen in 25 several cities, starting at the Two Caesars Palace Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, and ending at the Bob Carr Theater and Art Center in Orlando. The big prize for the show and the patterns that are at play are both. What do you find interesting in the comments? Describe your thoughts in the space below. Changing the name of America's Got Talent. After its run in 2010, the live show took a break, but it came back in 2012. Spencer now has a new host. Olate Dogs Joe Castillo, The Horseman, Lightwire Theater, David Garibaldi and his CMYK. Jarrett and Tom Cotter and Raja were 2 of the artists who put on shows this season. There were also shows this season from the 7th season's finals in the Kenichi Collins, Key, Jimmy Rose, Cammie Bradley and Taylor Williamson, the brother Krista and Tone the Chief Roa were some of the artists who, along on a tour that took place. The best bands played on this tour in 2013. From the 8th season with artists the next year a new tour was held, and there were the top winners from the 9th season with Matt Franco, Emily West, Johnson, Acro, The Army, Eniel, and the Sons of Serendip by Dario Miguel and Taylor Williamson, who was done in 2nd place during the 8th season. 2015 was the first year that America's Got It was Talent Live that changed from a travel style to a set of shows that events took place at the Planet Hollywood Resort. This time period in Las Vegas had shows by some of the well-known acts from the 10th season, such as the winner Paul Zirin, the Drew Lynch, who came in 2nd, and the fan choice. The theater played Piff the Magic Dragon. Will hold 4 more shows in 2016. All of them had great features. Shows from the 11th season of these. Some of the acts were by Grace Vaughn, the Clairvoyants, and the Tape Face in 2018. It was said that there would be 3 new shows held somewhere else in Las Vegas. These shows would have great features. Episodes from the 13th season, such as Shin Lin and Samuel J. The members of duo Transcend are NBC TV hosts. Courtney Hadwin and Vicky Barbalak came out with a holiday-themed show that lasted 2 hours and was called the America's Got Talent Holiday Show. The Dolby Theater was built in 2016. The place where this special took place shown on December 19th, and Nick, along with being the host canon. It had a number of special guests, a delightful range of acts from anything that had been on the show over the years, as Ray, Grace Vander Whale, Jackie Ivano, Terry Penn and Teller, Pentatonics, Matt Franco, Piff the Magic Dragon as a mixer, Prof, Splash and John, 2 Old Dogs. Dornbos was one of the people who took part in the contest. Besides that, the judges from season 11 were also there. It's thought that mostly about the show was seen by 9,500,000 people. Special, which made it a ratings hit as Darcy Lynn won the 12th season, was the subject of yet another show that NBC put together in the year 2018. On this show, which was Darcy Lynn My Hometown Christmas, was put together by Darcy Lynn herself, and the person named Lonnie Chavis is from the ATV show called This Is Us was the announcer. What forces have played a part to the fact that America still works Got Talent? How are they getting stronger? How good the goods and services are they give you? Keep your attention to find out who won America's Got Talent winners in May 2018. NBC asked for a new all-star spin-off, an event that would be called The Winners of America's Got Talent. Simon Cowell made the show Got Talent. Franchise would be in charge of making this World Championship.